Currently, still some bugs with leveling. Just let everybody know that might be thinking about doing leveling right now in beta is there is a little bit of a leveling bug, and I have submitted it, so not sure if everybody else is having the same issue or not, but where's all the life fruit that's supposed to be down through here? May have changed it, who knows. But because I'll show you here in a second if I find a herd. Kind of awkward, there ain't nothing through here. So as you can tell, Briarthorn's still being orange, and as you can tell right here, nothing. No level of a point, nothing. There's Major Royal, same thing. Nada. That's why I was looking for a life fruit just a second ago. Yes, I know most people are wanting to see the new raids and the new area and blah blah blah. But at the same time, if you get a pre-built character, which is what I've done because my other account that has the 85 that I'm wanting to do herbalism and alchemy on, ain't invited into the beta yet. So I had to do a prefab level 90, and a prefab level 90 comes with enchanting and jewel crafting maxed out. So, or not maxed out, but or maybe it is maxed out. Let's see here. Yeah, because that's the new enchanting mats. That's the new healing potions. There's the new crystals. So yeah. But as you can tell, I ain't getting any points whatsoever. And I submitted it to Blizzard already. I think I'm at 99, I believe. Let's see. No, 102 right now. Briar thorn should be actually yellow, not orange, from what I remember. And Mage Whorl should be green, but it's staying yellow for some reason or another. But in order for me to level alchemy, I gotta have all these herbs anyway, so
it's too far away.
I had to start from scratch. And I'm fixing to have to go find me an area where I know there's a ton of Strangleoth kelp, so I can hopefully get this leveling part done. But I needed to make sure I got enough, more than enough Briar Thorn and the rest of these lower level stuff first. So I don't want to have to keep coming back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because as you can tell, alchemy's only at level 6. Actually, I should have enough to do this. Let's see if we got any issues getting to level 100 on alchemy. Hopefully the microphone, yeah, looks like it's working. What the heck's after 90? I gotta play off of memory because, of course, Atlas Loot and a bunch of the other add-ons that I typically use. Atlas Loot Gatherer, Recount, some of the DPS, because I don't use Weak Ores or none of that other garbage. See if the Briswig gets me any points. Nope, it don't. And I know it's supposed to at 100. So go ahead and submit that real quick. I know they're more worried about the newer stuff than they are the older stuff, but at the same time, though, there are those of us that are actually having to do stuff in the old world to be able to get to do the new stuff in the new world. Not entirely sure what the deal is. So it looks like I'm fixing to spend a lot of time in the water. Trying like crazy to get okay. Kill 103. So yeah, it's something with their system that's got some of the herbs bugged out. Don't know why. I mean, this is old world stuff, so it shouldn't affect it. You wouldn't think, but who knows? It is Blizzard. There is that. But once I get, so what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to try to get go ahead and write up a quote unquote leveling guide from 525 to 600, I think it is. Thanks what the new levels are going to be maxed out at. For 575, no, it should be 600. There's that rare. Now there's supposed to be herbs here, but I ain't seen any. Weird. Okay, whatever. And I'm sure I'm probably not the only person out here herbing right now either. But it's kind of weird going this far flying around out here. Not really seeing anybody, and yet can't find no herbs. I know a lot of this old world area quite well. I don't even really need to gather for the nodes because this area hasn't really changed much since 2005. Supposed to be two there. There's supposed to be one right over here, and it's not there. So it's either the system not showing me, or they've changed it. See, back in the day, these two right here, when they changed this whole system, it was a toss-up between which one of these two was actually better, especially for boomkins, because this one really wasn't that great. I mean, as you can tell, non-guardian, which boomkins are non-guardians, non-pharaohs, and non-restoration, so they get all three of those, but they don't get the spell damage and hit chance increase. So that's, if you're a boomkin, that one sucks, realistically. Minus the mana cost of all healing spells reduced by 100%. That's about the only good thing for that, for boomkins, is so that way they can actually heal. They don't get all the healing bonuses, but they can actually heal while actually being a boomkin, and it not cost them any mana. That's the nice thing about that one. But for Dream of Cenarius, the increase increase of healing from healing touch by 20%. But you always had to cast a healing touch to get the bonus for your eclipse by 25%. If you didn't cast a heal, it's worthless. And you have to cast healing touch. It's not even a rejuve. So that's the reason why that one's kind of up in the air. Because this one right here is an increased of all damage and healing done by 12% for 30 seconds. So, and if you're casting healing touch, which is one of the main heals for Panda, Druids, because rejuve doesn't really do much anymore in Panda, that you'll basically be using healing touch a lot as a Druid and Panda. So that one you actually get the aspect of, ooh, this person needs a heal, but it also damages the NPCs that are right there beside them too while you heal. So that's the reason why those two are a toss-up. I mean, it's not a great. That's the whole reason why I didn't like. That was the reason why I don't like Panda as much as I do everything prior to it, because of the changes in the talents. Which back then, Blizzard said the reasoning for them to do what they, the reason why they did what they did with the talents for Panda was everybody back then by then was using Wowhead, because Wowhead was starting to come out, and MMO and Thoughtbot for their talent instead of figuring out what works best for them. And they were noticing everybody was running the exact same thing. So they were just like, let's just do this instead. Make it supposedly streamlined and easier for people. Meanwhile, those of us that played a certain way, we got shafted. Okay, so Stranglethelp's working. Stranglethelp is working as designed. 114, it probably went yellow at 110 more than likely. I wasn't paying attention. Too busy talking. But I know I need more bruise weed. Find some. I don't have much. Yeah, I've only got 5. I still need some Stranglethelp. I remember the days of hopping on the boats around the last second. Yes, as you can tell, I'm not a bot. I'm actually playing. That's what sucks, is when you can tell that there's people that are in a beta and whatnot that are straight up bots. And it's just like, what the heck? Even the bots are in freaking Panda, the PTR, which is nuts. How many streamers do I have? 20, 40. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Let's see. Brisweed's still orange, but it's not giving me any points. But I wanted to do this live so that way Blizzard can see. Possibly if they wanted to verify that, yeah, there is an issue. The orange, no point. Yellow strangle kelp points. So strangle kelp's working in his design. Let's see if anybody else has heard of an issue. See, I know I gotta get at least 5 more points in order for me to do King's Blood, so... I could just go... Yeah, I forgot about that. Well... Well, let's check this out then. Let's go find the guy. Let's go find the guy to talk to. Let's see if he's telling. See if they're telling the truth. Big touring guy. He said so. Let's go find out. Because realistically, leveling up herbalism isn't really what my goal is anyways. I had to level up herbalism to be able to level up alchemy. So big torn guy, he said. Yes, you can get Trillium. All these I remember is exactly the way how it is. How it was back in the day. And the panda herbs are random, but if you need golden lotuses, you can go there to him. You don't necessarily have to. Battle pet trainer, there's that, there's that. Fishing.
I have just the thing for you. May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
So you can buy all kinds of stuff from him. Let's say though, the problem is I still gotta level up. If I want to do the thing, the guide, I can't exactly. You say he brought me up to 600, I'm sure. 615. Well, because I'm a druid, it's 615.
What brings you here? We shall meet again. Greetings, traveler. Walk with the earth.
So, that's it. Got that done out of the way. Come over here to this side. Head on up, head on around. And yes, these portals are the portals that are up there in game when it's live. You got Shet, you got Old School Dalaran, Lich King Dalaran, Silverman, Undercity, Orgrimmar, and Thunderbluff. And let's see, that's 600. Which one's going to be best? More central area. Thunderbluff is. Thunderbluff's more centralized. For what I'm going to be trying to do. We're gonna have to do this old school. I gotta remember where the heck the trainer is. Alchemy, Thunderbluff. No, that's me, vendor. Station. Stood easy way. Alchemy, please. Okay. Got blue right over him. Alright, let's see what we got here.
What brings you here?
Alright. So I need to make sure I leave 10.
Ancestors watch over you. May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Give me that back just in case I need them. I do have, still have a foggy memory.
May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
And this is what I meant by centralized location. I can go wherever I need to be able to pick whatever herbs I need to. People are testing out the dungeons and stuff. probably go into Moju. Because, I mean, I do have a actual non-90. And I might even bring my mage over to test out the enchanting and get the baseline for enchanting and tailoring. I've got a 85 mage that's got maxed out tailoring and enchanting, so might work on doing a guide for it that I do. Because I mean the guides are all, they are just basically a, as they say, a guide. Here, this is how I've done this. This isn't the foolproof way, because you still got RNG when it comes to getting points at certain points, especially when stuff turns yellow and especially green. And it's based off, and a lot of times I use the guides that are written, but I don't follow them exactly as they're written, because, well, you got auction house stuff that's, you gotta look at mats, what's cheaper, what's not cheaper, what works, what doesn't work, what you may have a recipe for that they don't have. Because there are sometimes you can get some of those BOE, some of those drop patterns and recipes for next to nothing, cheaper than what you can actually train them for. Training a new recipe and pattern for it. That it's just cheaper to get that and or match for something else to make the other is cheaper than doing what they're saying, what they want, what they done. But a lot of the guides, that's what they are. It's the person that wrote it, designed, that wrote it up, or gives out the mat lists and what they done. Is just that is how they done. It doesn't mean that's the way that it's got to be done. And people have kind of sort of gotten away from that whole mindset of thinking for themselves as to what could be cheaper, what could be better, what do they got that they can do. And I know there's more herbs than that in this area. So I don't know what's going on. Because if I can't level up alchemy old school way, it's going to kind of defeat the purpose of what I'm wanting to do. And one thing I learned back in the days, you can have fast flying and all that, but you're still at the mercy of the server. So if you're flying faster than what the server's giving out the information to your computer, you can and will miss things. See? See how that dot just magically appeared all of a sudden? That's a server lag. That is a real thing. And I know that's probably one of the things that Blizzard's testing right now themselves with this new round of beta invites. Probably testing out the servers to see, make sure there ain't no server issues. We gotta keep an eye on the time because, well, I gotta go to work here today. Woo. I wonder if I go to Ogrebar. I just thought about that. I wonder if I go to Ogrebar if I can actually buy or get the mats from Ogrebar for free for older stuff. Something back over this way. I've never seen it. There it is. I just flew through here. Let's see some up here. Graphics. Never really cared too much for all the full ground graphics. And it always seems to be that if the ground graphics are turned up to an extent, it kind of slows down the server lag a little bit when you're farming stuff, like for herbs. Trying to turn around and do the ground graphics as well as try to do the herb, and if it's doing all that, you gotta wait for it to register the herb. And trust me, it's not my computer that's causing the lag. It could be my internet, possibly, yes. But the computer, no. Because I'm running a 3070 video card back on this thing. Back when Panda was around, I think we had the 1080 Ti, I believe is what it was. The 960s, 940 video cards. Or was it the 600 series back then? Heck, I couldn't tell you. That's the part that sucks though is leveling alchemy up old school. And still gotta be somewhere centralized, but you still gotta run back and forth to the city. I guess I could do a heck. Well, that was a hard skip for 15 minutes. heck am I seeing all the herbs? Where's the grown's blood? Where's the live fruit? I mean, the fish pools are there. But I'm not seeing any herbs. There should be a wild still bloom right underneath where I'm at right now. I'll say another one right here. And there should be a third one right here somewhere. And there's not one. Here should be live fruit, grown's blood, and bruiseweed. And there's grown's blood. Supposed to be one there. Bruiseweed over here. Is that what that is? Nope, grown's blood. There's supposed to be another growth blood of bruiseweed right over here somewhere. Usually right around that post right there. And there he is.